everybody. Thank you for tuning in to today's Development Live stream. Let me turn the music down a little bit on my end. Then turn it back up. There we go. It should be nice and balanced now. Let's get the camera on. How's it going? You might notice one little difference between this stream and the last one. You can actually see me because I bought one of these for like 10 bucks. And gotta say, I get why people buy them. It's very nice. Just by plugging this thing in. Goes from this to this. So, pretty nice. Looks a lot better. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? We got Crystal Sword, 2 Multiplied, and Pickled Emu. Hope you guys are doing well. Having a good Valentine's Day. I think I can probably take a solid guess if you're chilling here watching the Valentine's stream, you're in a similar situation to me. In which case, we shall ignore the fact it's Valentine's Day and try to have fun regardless. Doing good, glad to hear it. Okay. So, as the title of the stream would indicate, today's got a pretty simple goal, and that's going to be mostly working on the hub world. And there's a couple of things here that I want to show you guys. A couple of major changes I've been working on, and mainly there's going to be a lot of room for you guys to offer suggestions and ideas here. So this is what the hub world is looking like right now. A lot of parts of it aren't exactly textured out yet. Haven't really gotten around to it because I want to make sure I get the layout done first rather than texturing it, then having to go back and forth over and over. It'll be a good change. But one of the big changes I've made is having all sorts of little hidden alcoves. Like right here, there's this hidden section, there's a little hidden nook and cranny here and here, there's this whole section down here. This on this section has like an entire little cave network you can explore. Like inside of here, you can go around and find all these different little extra nooks and crannies and stuff. And this is where I'm gonna hide a bunch of different collectibles. I'm probably gonna call them Gork food to feed Gork, who is like a little type of creature that lives inside of the Void Collector. Specifically, I'm thinking that'd be maybe like 25, 30. We'll figure out an exact number as we go along. But there'll be a bunch of hidden pieces of Gork food, which you use to feed Big Gork, and then when you feed him enough, you get some sort of fun little bonus reward. That's what's happening. I got like 3 of those lights. It's probably a good thing to do that, yeah. Finished that video I was talking about 3 weeks back. Hold on. Let me open your go to channel. There we go. Oh shit, that's me! That's me! I'll have to check that out later. I'll let you. I'll definitely leave a comment. Hey, Tucker the Turtle, how's it hanging? First time I saw Seth Nupping in Complete Shadow. Very true. Mario Galaxy reference. Which part? Potentially. Having places to run around in the lobby as some little practice is actually nice. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that instead of bringing back like the old sandbox mode, which I'll probably bring like a training room of some sort, just to let you test out damage and DPS and stuff. But instead of having like a sandbox level, I might as well just make the hub area the sandbox, so you can run around and have fun movement challenges here instead of making that like a separate area. I feel like this makes more sense and would be a little bit more fun and natural. Definitely not nervous. Hey, no worries. I'm a fairly forgiving judge, I would say. Let me just get the playlist on real quick, starting with some good old Cuphead. Let's change the intro song out too. Today's goal, hidden collectibles and places in Hub World. Feel free to suggest. Okay, it's a little big, so we're gonna... There we go. Okay, so... first things first, I think I want to add some extra stuff here to Windmillion, because these spots are not terrible as terms of hiding spots for like a one-off collectible, but it really needs something a little bit more interesting to find, you know? It needs a little extra sauce to it. So I'm thinking that based off of the back section here, we could extend out some sort of small platforming section where you can go to find a collectible, or like an extra little settlement. Can't respond with the ceiling? You trying to bait me into a what's up? Okay. Start by resetting grid from actor. Set current block size to 200. There we go. Okay. And this section right here, don't really got to worry about this. Oh, Set that to... There we go, set that to new editor window. This is just where the 2 stages are of the new world. It's going to be up here, but I haven't fleshed that section out too well yet, so that'll be figured out later on. This is just a little placeholder sign for now. Okay, so we're going to start by establishing a little base for where some of the stuff here is going to go. So just extend that down to the ground, like that. And let's see if we can jump to that from here. Oh, not quite. Here, let's trim this section in just a little bit. What is it clicking on? There. Oh, something's weird. Something weird is going on there. What the heck is going on here? Okay, let's just ignore that for now. We'll just bring this section out a little bit more so we can more comfortably jump to it. And I think we'll make this like a small casino building with some extra bits and pieces around it. So let's extend this out a little bit further just so we have some more space to work with. So drag this guy out. This guy out. And that should give us more than enough space. Okay, so we'll start by building a building. Put it around like this. Give it a nice little overhang for detailing. Then we're gonna go in here. And we'll give it, yeah, thickness of 2 blocks around each side. We'll cut on down, and then pop a door in there. I think that looks about even. Yeah. Then we'll rebuild the roof back on top. And there we go, we got a very simple little building we can put some stuff in. Okay, so something else I do want to do is whenever I've got these sections, I kind of like to have some sort of like hollowed out alcove on the inside. So I think we're going to extend this out a bit along the back. Let's say it goes down around here. That'll be a good place for it. Then drag this bit out here. Then I think what we were going to do here is we build a slope like that, and that extends out to down here. Then we can cut a sort of section in here, and this is where we can have another little spot to hide stuff and put some doodads and fellow little critters. Okay. So we'll start continue carving out a little hidey hole in here, and we'll just see about how big we can make that. Yeah, because then we can also extend out this way a little, not too far. There we go. This should give us plenty of room to come up with something fun. There we go. Now we got plenty of room to run around in. Hey, Racer Paste, how's it hanging? Yeah, so we got plenty of room in here to put little fun bits and pieces. I was kind of thinking that this could be a quasi speakeasy kind of thing. Not quite that far, but we'd have like a bar with a gork sitting on it. Maybe have like 1 or 2 custom little sprites here and there, but that sort of thing we can do later on once all the content of the game is actually finished. But be a fun little addition to have. Maybe even have some bars and not bars, but like tables and stuff, stools, that sort of thing. Yeah, we'll do the detailing a little later. I think for now I want to just figure out the scope of the whole hub world before we get too far into refining and detailing everything. Because there's a lot of detailing to be done, that's for sure. I want to have like campfires and stuff. I want to add a bunch of places for the critters to sit. Like right here, I'm going to have like a couple of beach towels, and some of them are hanging out, lounging back in the sun. This is like a little cave they've got set up. Same over here, where they've got like a little civilization, mini city built in here. Might even extend this out a little bit further and have some extra structures extended up around this side, and maybe around this side as well. Am I late for the 4 gun strike seconds? I forgot about that? No, that has not happened yet. You have not missed anything. Okay. So then I'm going to add a little bit of section here. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and declare it now. The 4 gunstrike seconds begins at exactly 4:20 p.m. So in 10 minutes from now, on the dot, that is when the seconds begin. So prepare yourself mentally. In case you're curious, Eraser Paste here, member of the Discord, really likes Gunther plus Steve Strike for whatever reason, and they have 4 seconds of that being canonical to enjoy for Valentine's Day. That's the special part of the Valentine special. Okay, now we got another little section here we can jump on. Maybe this is me thinking a little too much, but part of my brain here is saying that it could be kind of cool to have mini challenges here in the hub world instead of just like a floating collectible. Maybe it's like, hey, you hit a little start point and then you have to jump through a bunch of rings or collect a bunch of things in a row. That could be pretty fun. Maybe. I mean, I think it would be good. I just don't know if I've got the time budget for that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep that idea in the back of my dome for now. I won't scrap it. The what's? Yeah, that's I don't really know what to say other than that's happening. I like the idea that the evil guys are actually pretty chill with them trying to kill you sometimes. I mean, they're not really evil. They're just kind of like, because they're cells. They're autonomous basically. They're not exactly like sentient. Damn, that sucks. Oh yeah, after 4 seconds. You're right about that, Eliza Lark. I forgot to turn off the starting soon text. Whoops. Okay. Question is, now what do we do? I'm already out of ideas of things to add and places to go. I guess we could add a couple of like entirely removed places, or not removed, but like, yeah, removed from like the other area's themes. So maybe we have like a random tower here that you can run up and explore, and it gives you like a little vantage point you can use to see like everything. That could be pretty cool, actually. You know what? I like that idea, and we're gonna do it. Let's reset grid from actor. There we go. So extend this out to about here. I think that's good. Yeah, and then just extend this out just to get a general idea of where we want this platform to go, where we want this tower to be. So let's just extend upwards and try to get a good vantage point. Let's go like right here, maybe? That's not a bad angle. Oh, I think it could afford to probably be a little bit more over to this side. Yeah, there we go. That's a good overarching view of the whole place. Okay, now we've got our starting point established. Gonna go ahead and tear all of this little scaffolding stuff down, and we can begin to build from the top down. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 across. Let's make it an even 20, so an extra 3 there. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we got a 20 by 20 section to work with. Then we can drag that all the way down. Maybe a little too far down, actually. There we go. Okay, so if you manage to get all the way up here, you get a nice view over the entire hub world, and then I think I'll even add a super launcher right in this corner here, so you can really just go fling yourself pretty much anywhere you want, especially if we do a gravity dash right into that. Bada bing, bada boom. Ow. You can get yourself anywhere you want pretty darn easily. I wonder if we can get back up there with a little bit of this. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Man, who made this game? This movement's so fun. seeing stuff in color is very unusual. Don't blame you. It's definitely been either extremely shadowy or Game Boyified for the entire time I've been streaming. Big wizard tower. I guess it could be the sorcerer's place. Idea that might be a bit out there. Oh, stream's doing the thing where it's cutting out again. You turn on my backup, capture. Okay, it should be good. That should stop happening. Anyways. But what if, at some wall, if you do the funny cheat code, a wall opens up? I would have to definitely code some sort of fairly complicated input reader to get that. But I like where your head's at. Maybe a bunch of secret buttons or switches. Yeah, that would be a little easier if it was like some sort of password system. Little thing, but I'll never call the bird by its real name. The middle finger. Well, the bird is flipping somebody the bird. It's, you know, it's a colloquialism for the same thing. Okay, I think we're gonna give this place a bit of a funny shape, bit of an odd structure to it. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5. You know what? We'll make this thing uneven. We'll do 2 there, and then like 1, 2, 3, something there. And you know what? We'll even exaggerate it on this side. So I'm kind of thinking we do something like this. Something kind of wacky, you know? It's all like lopsided, you know? That could be kind of cool, kind of fun, kind of wacky. Yeah, and then we do like another sort of in-out structure all the way up to the top. You know, put a little bit of jank on it, you know? Then we'll just leave the top layer as is. Because I think it would kind of look funny if it just converges up to a really steep point for some reason. So, yeah, we'll cut this in by 1, 2, 3, 4. And then build this up like a so. Whoop, nope, that's not right. There we go. See, I think this is gonna be a very zen stream. I like just building stuff like this. It's very satisfying, just Minecrafting it all together. Very nice, very chill. I say as a very intense song comes on. Oh, I had the wrong angle selected. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So then with this, we should have a decent idea of the shape of our weird little tower. It does look kind of goofy, which I'm cool with. Yeah, should make the hub world feel a little less hollow, just having bits and pieces like this to liven it up, give you something to see. It's like if we spawn in right here, we can. Well, it's kind of blocked by the house, which I might actually move the house because it doesn't really give you a good vantage point of a lot of the other areas. Like it's kind of directly blocking a good vantage point to the other areas, so that might be something I move over here and restructure this whole section a little bit as well. Yeah, because this part's definitely not finalized in any way. That's something I do care about a lot with my area design is sightlines. Being able to get a cool visual and kind of letting the environment itself serve as like a framing, like a composition, you know? I think that sort of thing is really fun. Okay, now I think that the way we should get here is with a boardwalk. What do you guys think about that? I think that's a pretty good idea. Because you guys, I was gonna say something stupid, and then I completely forgot what it was gonna be. So consider yourselves lucky on this day that I forgot whatever dumbass shit I was gonna say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like over here, and then it meets at the base or something, or gets kind of close, and you have to jump for it or something. So we'll slope it out. that. Yeah, so we'll drop you down. Then extend you across. Then we can slope this across, like so. There we are. Massive version of that background enemy, just hidden in a room. Well, I was thinking that the main goal of these collectibles would be to like be food that you would feed a big version of that guy. So we're quite on the same page here. Brainpot of the Doofenshmirtz. It does kind of look like that, yeah. Building with interesting shape is my favorite character. VC's my favorite game genre. Thought, so since the cells are dumber as hammers, only together for 4 seconds, oh, and they just forget because goldfish attention. Yeah, that's a good, sure, if that's the plan, the justification. I think that makes perfect sense. They're borderline single-celled organisms. They're really not intelligent. They just have like base instinct of like attack. Okay, and then we're going to add another slope section right here. Like so. Oop, no, don't trim that. We'll instead cut that part in again right here. Really give this nice, even-looking slope. Yeah, just kind of gives it a bit more of a sensible shape and structure to it all. Okay, cool. So then we can carve... Oh, that's not quite right. How about here? Nope. That's the same part that I could not get into. There we go. Oh, wait, shit. No. Okay, there we go. I almost made a mistake. There we go. I had to reset it from the correct actor, because otherwise it was going to cut and make things misaligned. Don't worry about it too much, but almost very bad. Instead, it was not bad. Okay, cut a little hole here, so we can have some sort of a way to climb up the tower, which could be simple. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. We could just do like a super trampoline or something, and put some funny like textures or something inside, so it's like. You see a bunch of crazy colors and shit flying past you as you zoom up into the heavens. Okay, so super trampoline, not gonna take us high enough. So, what I'm thinking we do is a little bit of spiral staircase action, you know, a little bit of that. Oh shit, it's already over. Well, Eraser Paste, I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, problem is, this area is a little too thin to actually, like, put anything. Which I should have retroactively, or in retrospect, probably should have thought of when building it. I can extend it out a little bit this way, and I think that's about it, because otherwise it's pretty much at the limit already of how big we can make this place. Yep, that's about it. Okay, hold on. New concept, new idea. Hear me out on this. We can do like a upwards bounce-o challenge. You know? So we got like something like this, something like this, something like this, you know? And the idea is that you'd have to like dodge obstacles while you work your way upwards. So you'd have to like hit all 3 of these. So you go like boom. Or you could miss that one and go boom. Yeah, we gotta like dodge around some stuff, you know? That could be fun, that could be cool. It's like we just add like a little cross section here, a little bar there blocking you off. A little something here. That might be a little close. A little too close. You know, make it all interesting, a little intense to weave around as you get your way up. No real danger, no real threats, but it could be kind of fun. Make this more interesting, more of a memorable something. I don't know. today's a very experimental day, you know? We're just trying stuff, we're seeing if it's fun or not. Just trying to inject a little bit of liveliness into this hub area here. Now this one, I think, is kind of impossible to hit. Okay, why did I put so many lines on this exact pathway? Why did I just put, like, 40 of them right there? Yeah, so let's add a little bit more variety to our structure here. Make it not quite as repetitive looking. Then maybe put another one like right here. Yeah, that looks sufficiently more varied in terms of the layout. Ah, okay, well, maybe that one doesn't quite work. So go whop, whop, ah. We go whop, and then whop, and then whop, and whoop. You know, a little bit of that. So go boom, boom, shit, boom. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this game's awesome. I like this game. As if I didn't make it. But yeah, I think this works pretty alright. I want to lift you up a little, so that way we get a more natural spring from one to the next. So go, oh shit. So go, or you can miss and go like that. Or if you're sick, if you're a speed runner, you can go boom, boom, boom. This actually, yeah. I could actually see this making for a really interesting speedrun category if you have to get all of the collectibles. Which I called it a doodad. But that would make it kind of interesting because it would change the order you have to route levels in. Like if you have to collect all the doodads and beat all the levels, that would sort of force you to scavenge the hub area as a level in between stages, which I think would be interesting. The lore of VC has been changed for 4 seconds. It's been a joyous occasion. Thanks for humoring me. Hey, no problem. Big moment in history. Is this your game? That it is. We're in a session with free roam movement-based games, so knowing the Void Collector lobby has places to go brings me joy. Glad to hear it. Then it's the games with fleshed out lobbies. Yeah, I feel like you either make it a menu or you make it an actual like interesting location, and it's one of the two. Shout out to Void Collector, love that game. I agree. It's Unreal, not Unity, but Unreal is free. You have to pay a cost if your game makes a certain amount, I believe, but for your purposes, assuming same purpose as mine, if you're not making a shit ton of money off of like some large game, it's free. I don't know if I'd suggest it as like, if you're new to game development, I don't know if I'd suggest it as like the introduction engine. There's probably better ones, like Unity I think is probably easier to learn. But personally, I picked Unreal because it's something that I saw as more of an investment, where it's really difficult, but there's so many different skills you can learn while using it, that it's more versatile, at least from what I've seen. So, up to you. Your choice. Dealer's choice. I do think the outside of this building needs a little bit of a visual overhaul. I thought this, ever since making this world, that the exterior kind of looks like dog shit. And I haven't really been able to come up with a solution. But now I think I've got a plan. I think I've got a concept to make it look better. Hear me out on this? Just hear me out. I know you guys are complaining, you're freaking out, but hold on. Hold. You know, we just add like some pillars and stuff. Nothing too crazy. But it'll help make it look nicer. Yeah. And then if we give that like the wood texture, it'll look a little bit nicer. And then something else I'm thinking we could try is like this sort of thing. Not quite that. If it's more like this, there's gotta be a faster way to do that, right? Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty nice, though. That feels like a wooden support beam, which I think makes the aesthetic of like the ski lodge fit a little better. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and say Godot. Godot is pretty popular, pretty well received. If I was gonna pick up, I probably will eventually. But if I want like a more lightweight game or something that's entirely 2D, Godot would probably be the engine I'd pick to learn next. Unity's not off the table, but they kind of need to do something to get my trust from them after they did that whole license fee debacle. I don't put a ton of trust in good old Unity at the current moment. Although the CEO did get fired, so that's something. Maybe not fired, but he's gone. Maybe he left of his own volition. Do you guys know shit about No More Heroes? If not, you should. Very, very good series. 3 in particular is one of my all-time favorite games, and the main antagonist is based on the Unity CEO who put into practice that the like license fee stuff, or the download fee thing, where people who, in case you're unaware, developers who made their things in Unity would get charged money for every download of the Unity runtime, including if they uninstall and reinstall the game. That'd be 2 separate instances of the fee. So, understandably, Unity got in a lot of trouble, because if you were a developer and you made a game for free, and it did really well, a ton of people installed it, you would lose out on a ton of money. Like, it would cost you a ton. So, really bad decision. A ton of people switched over from Unity. I know the Slay the Spire devs, they were making another game, and they switched over to Godot, even though they were in the middle of developing in Unity for the next project. Pretty bad fallout from that. And, you know, I'm glad it happened. It's definitely, well, I'm not glad it happened, but I'm glad the fallout happened, I guess. I'm glad people didn't just roll over and take that, because that is pretty darn absurd, and I don't want things like that to be able to just fly in the game industry. It's pretty bad for everybody involved. Anyways, Unity. Cool engine, dubious people behind it. It seems like they're trying to fix up the reputation now, which is good. You'll love to see that. This is God Hand music, by the way. God Hand, also very good. Thinking of making a future FPS game where you're an alien on a skate park planet. That sounds rad. They use alien weapons to fight off alien intruders. And a bunch of, yeah. Okay, very Star Wars-y names there. Yeah, no, I mean, I think an alien skateboarding, because I think you should have a skateboard. If it's going to take place in a skate park, you should definitely have a skateboard. If you've got, like, skateboarding mechanics and FPS shit at the same time on, like, an alien planet, that sounds fun as hell. Actually, what am I doing? I can just do this. Then I can do that. Then I can do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. We got ourselves a support strut. Okay, cool. We'll do the rest of that later. For now, let's get back to hiding doodads and do-don'ts. Like right here. This is a perfect spot for a little hidden alcove. It's like right there, you know? Just bada bing, bada boom. Hidden tunnel, hidden passageway. Got a guy chilling in here, taking a little nap. Ooh, okay. I've got an idea. So one of the Gorks, and in case I haven't really mentioned it much, a big part of the hub world is going to be walking around and finding a bunch of different Gorks, who are just these guys, hanging out, doing all sorts of little activities. Like, one of them's going to be chilling out on the beach over there. Some of them are going to be sitting around, mostly just sitting around. That's kind of the only thing they do. But one of the Gorks I made for the ghost levels is Evil Gork, who is just a Gork that looks scarier. So what if, underneath here, we make this really cramped section where you have to, like, navigate around some twisted caves and tunnels and stuff, and it leads to a Gork hidden in the very back, and it makes like a little jump scare sound. I think that's what we're gonna be doing now, and then we'll put a Doodad there for good measure. This is gonna be fun. I'm having a lot of fun coming up with ideas for this. Unity got to give some pro features to the free tier to get back my trust. Fair. It is? Okay, perfect. Make the walking mechanics a little drifty to mimic skateboard movements. Okay, that sounds interesting, yeah. Should I add a ceiling-tall maze and a tiny crevice that fix a few tries to get inside the maze? Don't get too annoying. Mazes are hard to do right without just being obnoxious, but maybe just being obnoxious is worth it because it's funny. So, actually, no straight lines here. Let's get all wonky with it. Let's get all wibbly and wobbly with it. Oh wait, I've got another idea. Okay, hold on. I'm cooking. I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking with gas. We're on all cylinders mode, dude. We are in it. Okay, so then I think what we're gonna do is go up. Let's see how far up we can go. Quite a ways up. Okay, we'll just go up a little bit though. Don't wanna push it too far yet. And then it's gonna get more narrow from here. You know what we can even like say? Should I say like here? Here's when it starts to get more narrow. I think I found what I'm going to be spending the last like month of development on is just all sorts of these hidden bonus areas. I think this is if I like have extra development time that isn't just like polishing stuff. It's gonna be all sorts of some truly dumbass shit like this. Why did my playlist stop? It loves, man, YouTube playlists are so janky. Yeah, it just stops. It just pretends that the playlist doesn't have any songs left in it. So it definitely does. Okay. Shuffle it again. Reshuffle. Next song. Alright, cool. We got Pizza Tower. Okay. And then we bop, like a so. Then we do another little bop. Yeah, so you go blip, blip. Oh, okay, can't go that far. Then we go here. Now I'm thinking we put the Gork right here, and he's like, "Rah!" Doesn't really do anything, but he's pissed. He's angry. Although, you know what? I think we'll actually bring it over a little bit further, because I got an idea for how we're going to get the player out of here without making him walk through the entire little cave system we built instead. So, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just put, like, a hole right here. And we'll get a ghost door. Then line that guy up right here. There we go. Then what we'll do is, I think when we round this corner, we're going to get a ghost mode. Yeah, ghost mode right here. And then we'll get, we'll pull this in actually a little bit further. And we'll put an unghost trigger right here. Okay, we're back. Brief stream death. We're good. Okay, as I was saying, A key mechanic of one of the previous worlds is called Ghost Mode. So let's grab this guy, Spooky Lighting, and drag that back over into the hub area. So whenever you hit this trigger, which is a Ghost Mode trigger, it will dim all of the lights in the level. It'll make it all spooky. Using this guy right here. So we can use that for the atmosphere of our funny little hidden section here. So we can plug that guy in here, and then plug the Unghost in right here. And just for good measure, we'll go ahead and also hook one up right here, so if the player decides to leave again, then they're not stuck in Ghost Mode forever. So we'll be good. And then at the very end of the maze here, we'll put a Gork. Put an evil Gork, not a regular Gork, an evil Gork. And then we'll put a Doodad right here. So it'll be like, you got a Doodad. The code on this guy is obviously not finished yet, but it's coming along. Oh right, we're not in Ghost Mode. Okay, so here's how the sequence will go. We'll enter into this bit. Oh, it's not textured. Shit. Okay, so to explain, what this does is it just turns out the lights basically. It makes everything very dim. Hold on, we can see where we're going if we shoot, because shooting causes light. Nope, hold on, I open the console. Okay, yeah, hold on, we can see where we're going if we shoot. It's kind of a sick idea, but it's... Okay, we're not doing that, but it's a cool concept. Anyways, what happens here? We'll go to here so I can explain it better. But these are regular lit textures, whereas the game traditionally does not use lit textures anywhere. It's all unlit, and I create dimension on things by having a lighter and darker version on different sides of the same object, so that way you get the illusion of depth. It just helps a little bit, makes it feel more dimensional than it actually is. The problem is, for these unlit textures, when there's no lights in the entire level to make them lit, so when I turn the lights out, there's literally nothing for them to show, basically. So I've got a custom thing called World Grid Unlit that I use. So you get this, you can see what it looks like here, it's unlit, it's not darkened by anything. So if we go in here, then we'll actually still be able to see. So this gives you a more accurate representation of what Ghost Mode is actually supposed to look like. So we go through this whole cave sequence. So, oh wow, oh shit, he's evil. And then you're good. So very small, very short. It's not like a crazy thing. It's not particularly deep on a mechanical level, but it's fun. It's a fun little thing. Dude, your game is so lit, I love it already. Glad to hear it. Sorry, I got lost in that. I was only able to catch up with chat. Have enemies drawn and drawn more. First one is an enemy named Paint Boy, which is a paint bucket with a blob legs. Nice. Completely blinds him. Poor guy's gonna be wandering around this maze for years. I'd be impressed if you got stuck in, lost in this maze. Not even a maze, really. Positive, this is the most correct place to talk about this. I'm a Scratch game developer, sometimes uses a costume editor to make art, participating in the Bracky's Game Jam. I don't know what the Bracky's Game Jam is. I'm assuming it's a Scratch thing, but I've got a long history of making stuff in Scratch. That's where I got my start. Like, I spent a good couple of years, mostly in late elementary school to early middle school, making games in Scratch. I think that's an excellent way to get started. Good way to get your feet wet with game development, while having tools that are much more intuitive to use than like some of the bigger engines, especially the drag and drop coding. I think is really good for teaching the fundamentals of coding. Big Scratch fan. I like Scratch. I think it's got a good mission. I fuck with it. Now one thing I do want to do. Whoop, did a sick little 360 there. I added this section down here to put one of the tutorial stages, because it's for an intermediate mechanic. Not really an essential mechanic, but it's really good to know, especially for this world. So put it down here. It's death plane bouncing, so very simple, but the idea is that you can do bop bop, So you press R to invert all of your current fingers. So 1 through 5 gets turned backwards. So you can switch between the open hand and the closed fist pretty much instantly. Not pretty much instantly, instantly. So you can grab and then cancel that momentum of getting pulled towards the death plane. So you can pull yourself towards it and then cancel that with an uppercut. And that's good because if you hit the death plane, it stalls all your momentum. So if you're going really quickly and you hit the death plane, it will stall out your speed. So let's get a more practical example by going up here. So if we get just a ton of speed right here, and we're just soaring across the land here, and then we hit this, you can see it'll rob you of a bunch of your speed. So if instead you're trying to maximize your speed gain, then we can keep doing this, boost ourselves in midair, and then when you get close, you can do another grab boost to keep that momentum going, and well, pretty easily fly way, way out of bounds, which, fine by me, honestly. I think that stuff is very fun. I think everybody who's flown so far out of bounds that they entirely miss the death plane has been like, oh, that's funny. So not really too inclined on getting rid of that, to be frank. But a practical example is right here at the beginning of the first stage of the beach world, where set that as our default pose. There we go. So if you use the surfboard as a booster to get a little bit extra speed, and then grab that, do one of these boosts, then you can pretty much instantly teleport across the entire map. Very powerful indeed. Damn, I spent all my juice. Anyways, that's how that goes. Every modern game dev started in Scratch. Pretty real. Why is everybody typing M? Rocky's Game Jam is just a thing for itch. Thinking of doing my game using Scratch. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I want to participate in the game jam. I think that'd be fun. I need to get this thing done first, and I'll be more willing to do that when I have actual free time, and I'm not trying to finish a video game while in my second semester senior year of college. And it's just fun. That's one of the best signs I think you can really have as a game developer that you've made something good, is when you're just having a good time running around doing shit. Like, you can do this. Like, this is stupid. You can just completely fly around. You don't gotta do anything. You can just zip and zoop and zam around. It's good time. It's kind of broken. It's pretty busted. There's not a ton of excellent balance, I would say. There's a lot of freeform ways you can go about stuff, but I think that's kind of sick. I think that's kind of fun. It's kind of awesome. Like, a lot of games I like are definitely not the most balanced, but they're fun, and they let you do stupid, cool shit. Which is, ultimately, I think that's what gaming's all about. Sorry, I'm getting distracted just running around doing stuff, not even developing anymore. Okay, but I think we're gonna add a little bit more to this bit here. We can have, like, a little plains area, maybe have another couple of huts that the Gorks are hanging out in. Thirsty. We can even put, like, a mini windmill here and there. Let's say we do a little mini hut here. Mini hut here. It's like a little village. Then we can cut these out as little doorways, and we do have to be careful not to go too far overboard, because eventually we're gonna just have so much stuff loaded in that it could be a bit of an issue. So we do gotta watch out for that. You can't just do an infinite number of funny things and places. But I'm liking how it's coming together. It's just, it feels so much more whole when I have these things here. It feels way more, like, fleshed out and fun and frenetic. Game should have cheats. I'm not against that, yeah. I'd have to think about a fun way to unlock it. One question, what software do you recommend for modeling characters or adding drawings in-game? So for modeling, for, like, 3D modeling, Blender, pretty easily recommended. I love Blender. Sneak preview, final boss guy. Wee woo wee woo, sneak preview. That's what I used to model this guy here. So, big fan of Blender. For 2D stuff, I use Procreate on my iPad, and then move the sprites over here. But if you've got like a drawing tablet or you just want to use keyboard and mouse mostly, then I would suggest Krita. Krita's pretty good. Have you ever had bosses to the game? Well, you just saw one. There's mini bosses, and then one actual real boss. Isn't Father Time a boss? Yeah, he's a boss, but he's really more of a mini boss. But again, he's more of a dangerous presence than an actual boss fight. You know, he doesn't attack you directly. He's not the most dangerous guy around. He's not the most scary fella on planet Earth. You say Frida? Oh, let me go ahead and there you go. Type that in chat. So that's how it's spelled. Actually, saw your most recent video on this game recently after watching the first one. So when I saw this game again. Oh, thank you. I definitely yeah, the game is not the same thing anymore for sure. Yeah, it's a very, very different beast. That is for sure. The game has gotten much better since then. Actually, let's take a very brief detour. I want to show you guys the I want to show you guys one of the very first builds of the game that I made. So let's go to where is it? Yeah, how's the game still getting cached out? Okay, there we go. How's my old... Is it in a backups folder? I think it's in the backups folder. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the brief delay. I'm just looking for the very earliest version of Void Collector that I have on my computer. And this is to say that if you want to make video games, but you feel like you don't want to put something out there that kind of sucks, you really do not need to worry, because a lot of games will look pretty bad early on, and that's okay. That's all a natural part of the process. Here we go. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so here is one of the absolute earliest builds of the game. Let's just see how much stuff is different. Yeah, it still feels pretty... Oh, I forgot! Yeah! That's how it used to work. Is that shift used to also bring you down to the ground, but it doesn't... Holy shit, I died so quickly. Man, that used to just be instant. It still works, yeah. But you can see like, hands and stuff will overlap. Oh, this is so weird. Everything's so different now. Oh, the game feel is so different, too. It used to be so much heavier. Oh, man, I haven't come back to this. And then, like, all the UI is like... Oh, I didn't have health in this version. Health didn't exist. Oh, I just realized my head is getting cut off. That's funny. There we go. But yeah, this version is very, very different. I think the hand is smaller than it used to be, or am I just seeing that? Because I know the very first version of the game had a way smaller hand. It's so... I keep playing it like it's the original. Or like it's the version I'm used to now. And then all the lighting isn't built. Oh man, the level design has gotten so much better. Oh, the text isn't even legible. Yeah. Oh shit. I keep pressing Control to slam down. I'm so used to how it is now. At least this is still pretty much the same. I think this could afford to maybe get a slight overhaul. Oh yeah, the sniper used to make you slow when you had it out. I remember that, yeah. That was a stupid idea. That was dumb. Whoa! Oh, the textures snapped into place. Yeah, the textures are... These are the same textures I'm using now, I think. Like, Slamo's not hugely different either. He's pretty much the same. But yeah, it used to take damage first and get put in a damaged state. Wait, no, this is different grass. Yeah, this was like a stock grass texture I had. But yeah, the way that health used to work in this was that you'd have like one hit point, basically. Fuck. There wasn't even a texture for the death point. It was just invisible. But you get hit and then put in like a danger mode, and if you get hit again, then you die. This is so weird. Oh yeah, and Gunther can just shoot you through walls, and that's insane. That is extremely oppressive. Oh yeah, and this was before the special meter was a thing. Oh man, this is so different. I mean, obviously this level is also entirely different than how it used to be. I would say much better now than it used to be, for sure. Yeah, the crosshair was different. A lot of these textures are different. The UI is all slightly different. I don't think there was any music yet. There was sound effects. I just have them off. Okay, well that was a fun little trip down memory lane. Let me turn those back off and switch over to the real thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed taking a little look at how it used to be. The old days, the olden times. Wait, only 8 likes? Let me refresh, because sometimes it doesn't update. No, it still only has 8 likes. I'll make it 9. But I don't know. Algorithm's weird. I don't really know what people want from live streams. I think they're pretty fun. I would watch them, but a lot of people dip and leave and stuff, but it's just live streams. Live streams are weird. Part of it is also that I don't insist people like the stream, because I think that's kind of annoying as a viewer, so I don't really want to do it. But how do I add drawn images into Unreal? So you take a PNG file and you'll upload it as a texture. So yeah, it gets a PNG, you import it, it'll have a little message that pops up and says, hey, do you want to import this? You import it as a texture, and then you click that, you make it a sprite, which then means you can add it into 3D space. And you take multiple sprites together, like I've got ball 1, ball 2. These are 2 different sprites, and then you make something else called a flipbook, which is one of these guys, and then you can just set all the individual frames, set the play rate, and then what I do is I just have different code that'll switch between all of the different flipbooks I have, however I need them. That's the method. I missed a bit of replaying the old version now. Oh yeah, just revisit into it. Remember version in your vids wasn't made with a voxel? Yeah, that was when I was making levels just purely by hand, dragging them all out, which this is definitely way faster. I wouldn't be nearly this far along in development if I hadn't been using the cube grid, but as I've said once, said it before, said it a million times, probably switching off cube grid, not going to use it as much for my other projects, because as convenient as it is, it does have a lot of limitations, and it's also not the best for giving you optimized meshes as well. Again, fine for a game like this where the development deadline is intended to be pretty short, but ideally for future projects that are going to be a little bit more comprehensive, then, you know, want to do something more complete. Live streams in general attract less viewers than videos. Yeah, that's obviously part of it too. What have I missed? So we're working on adding stuff to the hub world. We've got a little village down here for some of the guys to hang out. We've got this bit. We've got a funny little tower with a platforming challenge in it. We've got a spooky maze hidden down here. Not even a maze, but a spooky maze. And now we're thinking of more things to add. So if you've got any ideas, feel free to send those my way. We are open to suggestion right about now. And one thing I want to do, actually, we're going to go ahead and just bulldoze this home. Because I think the location of it is kind of not really working. Not working for me. We'll get rid of this guy, too. This is going to be pretty important later on. I won't explain exactly what, but that pedestal thing is pretty important at some point. But that'll be there, and that way you're... from here, you get like a good sightline of the other worlds, which is what I'm going for here. Gotta go. Be back in a few minutes. I will. See ya. Game display's frozen. Oh shit. Why is that the case? Hello? We're back? Nope, that one's still frozen. I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Okay, we're back. Could be a Gork painted gray like a statue. That's kind of funny. Okay. So what do we want to do now? We've got a couple of decent spots to hide things. Let's actually start even adding in doodads. So we got one here. We've got another one here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are basically just little bonuses for visiting all these places. Mostly just for extra character. Not super concerned with making it the world's deepest gameplay or anything. So that's 6, 7, 8. Then we'll do 9, 10. Then I'm thinking Big Gork will go right here, so we can put like another tunnel or another off branch where we can put a doodad here, something like that. Oh, actually, I even forgot about that. This will just tell us how many doodads are in the world. How convenient. So that's a total of 12 doodads hidden. So that's quite. We gotta. Ideally, we'll do more. We'll keep more hidden and lying around. Didn't get to see what you were talking about. Oh. Hidden spooky cave in here. Funny looking tower. Little city, little village guy here. Boardwalk, beach, hidden cave. That sort of thing. Are the doodads gonna have a proper model and texture at some point? Yeah. They're not. Don't worry. They're not just gonna be this. Doodad is also kind of a placeholder name, although I think they're probably going to be Gork food, with the idea that you collect all of them and then feed them to Big Gork for a reward. So it'll be like probably a floating, like Popeye-esque can of spinach or something, maybe like a can of dirt. You know what? I like that idea. Now that I've said that out loud, I like the can of dirt concept. Just gonna clear this out real quick so it gets rid of the learn to shoot reminder. So many things that I added that I think I'll have to go through a bunch of my old builds and just scour through those for a little bit. I think that would be a fun stream, I think, to go back through the old videos and some of the old builds, just to sort of explore the history of the game and how we got in here, because it's been like 9-10 months, something like that. It's been since, I mean, I started working on it in April of 2024, so it's been about 10 months, and I feel like for 10 months this game has just gotten a massive change, particularly in quality. Like the difference between how fun this game is now to how it was initially, even the first Snow Day demo, which I'm still pretty proud of, but the quality and level design from then to now, I'm very pleased with how this game has gone, because that's a big reason I'm making this game in the first place, is as a big old learning experience. And I would say, in regards to being a learning experience, big success. Okay, let's do a little bit of texturing, why don't we? Some of these places I think are probably going to be relatively unchanged, so we can safely add some texture without worrying too much about having to redo stuff later. So assign you brain, dark brain. And we're gonna have to remesh a lot of this stuff too. Let's just get out of the way and remesh it. There we go. Then we'll do the usual optimization later, because these meshes as spit out from the engine are very poorly optimized, but we can crunch down those tries, that way it runs quite a bit better. Cut it down like 1/5 of the size pretty easily, so if you got any 3D modelers watching, don't worry. They're not going to be nearly that atrociously optimized. Set that to sign, dark sign. There we go. I think I'll also set these to dark sign. That's also dark sign. This will make this dark brain. Or no, brain. Yeah, make that brain. And then this we will make checker. And a lot of the funny thing is about a lot of these older textures is that they have naming schemes and stuff that no longer match what they are, but I've just never gotten around to fixing it or changing it. Like dark sign kind of, no, it doesn't make sense. It used to be used for the signposts that the levels were built on, but that was before I made the hub areas way more like complicated, because they used to just be like little stands where all the levels would sit. But now they are something way more than they used to be. So like it's called sign. It's not used for signs anymore. Like it just doesn't make any sense now. Checker used to be a checkerboard pattern. It's not a checkerboard. Obviously, it's grassy. Brain used to be, it was gonna be like look like a brain, and now it's just kind of orange. So it's kind of funny, like seeing those artifacts of how things have progressed. What collects doodads? That's it, or so sad. Everybody looks gamer. Glad to hear it. What was your favorite role to create? Probably... Honestly, probably Void Core. I think that I've got the most experience at this point, so making it felt the easiest, and there's also just the most free-flowing ideas, because the most fun levels to make are the ones where you don't have to teach anything anymore, and you can just test the player on a bunch of stuff. So smashing all these ideas and assets together and coming up with different fun ways to test the player, that was really fun. That was very satisfying. Yeah, and I think those levels are really fun. Often you check the chat. Less than I probably should. I get very locked in when I'm developing stuff, and I get super hyper-focused on just working. So then I have to stop and read like 20 messages at a time. 8 months since the first video? Yeah, it's been 8 months since the first video, but I've started working on it. I worked on it before then. For at least a decent bit, because the hand system itself was kind of a pain to get working. Doodads transcend all form. Why is the texture called brain? Yeah, it used to actually look like a brain. Does anyone know what type of models... yeah, these are just 2D pictures. It's like I explained earlier. They're textures converted to sprites, which are then made into flipbooks. Just look up flipbooks Unreal if you want to know more about that. How to do something what I miss? Well, it depends on what you were doing, but right now we're texturing stuff. So, yeah, we're texturing stuff and thinking of more places to hide doodads. And I definitely don't think that this is going to be the most substantial addition of all time. Like, none of these are the most in-depth gameplay-wise, but I think just having it here, having having something to do in the hub area, having things to find, I think that makes a difference. And again, cool vantage point, lets you fly around. It's just something fun to do, even if it's not the most complicated thing. Dude, I can't even pronounce that. You should put doors outside the hidden caves. Just like a normalized doorway that leads to like a mystical, mysterious cave. Oh, you desperately need a remeshing. Yeah, and then okay, well that didn't do anything. I guess it's fine. I'm not really gonna be doing anything super complicated with it, anyways. Okay, so we're gonna need to add a couple of extra materials here. We want grass and dark grass. And then we're gonna want rock and dark rock. Okay, there we go. Then we'll do a little bit of retexturing so everything looks correct and not all entirely purple. So set you to building exterior. Set this guy to ceiling purple. Then hit these side pieces with the building exterior texture. Then these can stay as they are. This should be the normal grass. This will be dark grass. And then the sides, which will really help this not look quite so purple. It'll still be purple, but it'll just be less purple. Is if we update this to rock. There we go. And then update this down here to dark rock. Not super important. You're probably not going to see it. The only way you can see it is if you die and like look up at like this. So that's the only time you can really see anything that's underneath the death plane. But it takes 2 seconds, so might as well go ahead and put in that microscopic little speck of extra effort. Okay, so this will be building exterior. You know what, we'll even just select all of these guys to be the same. These little huts. There we go. Set that to building exterior. Then we'll grab the top, which I believe I made... Yeah, I made that the light blue. So we can go ahead and make all of those checker. No, not checker. Wallpaper. And then, unsurprisingly, the insides will be wallpaper. The ceiling will be ceiling purple, as well as the doorways. Those are also ceiling purple. And then we're going to switch over to all-in group, so we can select the entire floor mesh as one sort of complete thing. And then we're going to set that to... that is checker. Yeah. There we go. Now we got a nice little textured building here. And we'll do the same over for these fellas. Should leave the... Yeah, we'll do the ceilings a separate color. So these will all be wallpaper. So we got that nice blue. And then if we select the ceilings, we'll make that the ceiling purple. Get a nice bit of color contrast. Yeah, looks not too bad. And then, just for a little bit of extra detail... actually, I think I call them blades. Yeah, blades too. Just a little bit of fun detail there. They got their own little windmill. Look at that. Isn't that just a sweet little place? This game is gamer. True. Research it, know now how. Know how now. Glad to hear it. You have no experience with coding or modeling? Yeah, I would definitely say first thing that you should do is start really, really, really small. Like, challenge yourself to make a game in, like a terrible game. Let that game, the first game you make, be bad, and spend, like, a week on it. Like, a week. A week, 2 weeks, a month. Depends on your schedule, depends on how much free time you have, but don't let yourself spend too long on it. And that's a big part of the reason why I'm making this game, like, why I'm trying to keep myself to developing it within a year. And this depends on person to person, so don't take this as gospel by any means. But personally, I think that it is very valuable to experience like mistakes and failures and stuff, and just kind of let that happen pretty frequently in your development process. So a big part of why this game does have such a tight year deadline, and that's like a hard limit for me, is because I think that it will make me grow better and faster as a developer in the long term by deliberately like forcing myself to keep it into a shorter term and really question what the game does and does not need. I think that will prevent me from doing feature bloat, from adding in things that aren't really necessary or don't really add a whole lot. It forces me to focus on the things that matter, and it allows me to get this game out relatively quickly and then learn from it, which will help me become a better developer more quickly. That's the thought process. So, you know, spend time making stuff that's short, that's simple, that you can make relatively quickly. Sorry, I just killed all of them. I don't know why I did that. I guess I just felt a little evil, I guess. It's actually the cave area, too. But yeah, I think, especially if you're starting out, do not worry too much about anything other than having fun and just making something stupid. If you've got, like, a big, ambitious idea, that's good. Do not start on your big, ambitious idea right away. Or maybe you can if you make a smaller version of that idea first. Because it's a gradual thing, you know? You gotta take small steps at first to really gradually build yourself up to doing larger and larger things. Because this is easily the largest game I've ever worked on. Longest thing I made before this took like a month. So you don't really just start working on something this big. It took me quite a while to get to the point where I could actually get myself to stay on track long enough to develop a game for an entire year. This game is ballin'. It is ballin'. What was the first game you made? It definitely doesn't exist anymore, but it was something on Scratch. I don't even remember the name. But if we're talking just like first thing I put out there at all, it would be something on Scratch. If you're looking for something you can play right now easily, you could play Cool Zone 0, because I was planning on making a sequel. I probably still will at some point, but the name's going to change due to legal reasons. Something else that already exists is called Cool Zone. But that is an RPG that I'm probably going to be developing with a friend of mine at some point in the future. Not exactly sure when. That depends on a number of factors, but if you want to go play it, Cool Zone 0 is up on itch.io right now. It's not great, it's not particularly good, but I made it in about a month, and I think it's kind of funny. So if you wanna get some lore, there you go. Yeah, that was the first thing I made. And if you look back at my history, you know, it takes a while before things start to actually get polished and fairly well thought out. Again, benefit of working on Cool Zone is that by letting myself spend just like a month on some throwaway little game concept, I could just let it be, basically, if that makes sense. I could not worry so heavily about making it all make sense or whatever. You know, hey, that's what I'm getting at. I'm kind of rambling now, but that's the thought process. Whoops, I did not edit anything there. Set you to scroll up. We got too many materials loaded in here now. Set to Hellgrass. There we go. That looks a little bit nicer, doesn't it? Yeah, it's helping to look a little bit more complete. Just adding some textures and stuff. Who would have thought texturing your locales makes it feel a little less unfinished? What a thought. What a crazy idea. Will it be a boss arena? Yes. I live in Gork City. Cool. Do you think you're gonna meet your 1 year or less goal? Yeah. Yeah, very, very much so. I've got about 2 more months and a week and some change to finish the game, and I've got 1 boss level to finish and some polishing and bug fixing. I'm not worried at all. I'm definitely gonna hit my deadline. I'm not worried about that. I've already settled on a release date as well. It keeps scooching further and further out of frame. But yeah, not worried about that. You got a doodad. Maybe the you got a doodad animation could be subtler. Well, it's not finished yet. That's just a placeholder to get the function across. It'll be a little more interesting when it's thought out. Are we allowed to send ideas for Wood Collector in chat? You are, but they should probably be fairly minor, because, like, new weapons, new enemies. At this point, definitely too late for anything major like that to be added. We are much too far along at this point. I will not be overhauling things. Yeah, that's like quite so out of place now. Oh, I forgot to texture you, actually. Keep ceiling purple. Because I guess this is pretty much just me texturing. So I guess this is a chatting stream now, basically. Let's make you dark wallpaper. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Idea crashes every time you get a doodad. Oh, that would really make the game take longer. Does the 1 year include marketing and release or just pure development? Pure development, which is why the cutoff is April. Because it started in April. I'll technically have a month and a year and I think about 2 weeks. So it's technically not exactly on the dot a year. But development was pretty slow at first because it was just kind of a smaller thing before I decided to really throw everything I got at it. The first 2 levels for Void Core done. They are done indeed. They're also available to play on the Patreon right now for $5 and up tiers. So, a little subtle plug there. How do you do the orange box? Cube Grid? Just look up Cube Grid. There's a really good tutorial that you should find about how to use it. And this thing, excellent for starting out. So good. He feels like he's always been there, even though he's added around the end of World 3. Yeah, he fits in the World 1 cast pretty well. I think that he kind of feels like a missing piece to the World 1 roster. Just because the game, I think, is at its best with projectiles, and there's so many Gunthers spammed everywhere on World 1, or were, rather. Just because he's a really fun enemy to fight, that having another projectile guy, I agree, it just felt like he was missing. Can we see those finished levels? You know what? While we're chatting, sure. Today's pretty chill stream. I'm not really super concerned with making a ton of progress right now. Most of the stuff that I have to make progress on is you know, I can't show you guys yet. Oh, that's not textured. Okay. But yeah, here's Void Core level 1. I think this level is pretty darn fun. Whoops, I just whiffed my shot entirely. Okay, yeah, so we loop up through here. I usually use the bird right there, get a little extra damage off. And we just do classic cuboid and bouncer fight there. Then blow those guys up. I do need to fix... Ball Bastard is a buggy-ass enemy. I might need to recode how Bat and Ball work fundamentally. They just have so many weird jank issues. I want to get them more consistent. And that's one of the big goals, actually, is I want to get the game content complete by the end of the month. Like, I'm done adding in new things, like, almost entirely by the end of this month. So 2 more weeks, which, tight deadline. I think I can do it. I've got a pretty light schedule this week, so I should be able to pull that off. But yeah, content complete very, very soon is the plan. But then, yeah, a lot of time is going to be devoted to polishing and refinement. Oop, oop. I need to figure out this route a little better. This part still feels a little janky, like getting that skip up there is a little off feeling. I don't know. I don't quite know how to get that feeling a bit more natural. But that's I guess the point of the playtests. Is to keep the parts that really work and smooth over all those little wrinkles that can help. Like, it's one of those things where it's a lot of small changes that I get after seeing a lot of people play the level and hearing a lot of feedback. And you smooth out all those tiny little things that can overall make the experience much stronger as an overall thing. So that's stage 1 of Void Core. And here's Void Core 2, which is probably one of my favorite levels in the whole game. At least shaping up to be it right now. I think there's a couple of spots here and there that are not super great. It's not terrible by any means. There's nothing that's like particularly like outrageously jank. But there's a couple of small spots here and there that I'm still struggling to exactly figure out what I want to do with them. But just on a conceptual basis, I think this level is very, very fun. It's very fun to run, too. There's a lot of really cool routes. If I myself get caught up in, like, trying to come up with some cool skips, or finding, like, exciting new ways, or if I'm having, like, a ton of fun routing my own level, that's, like, the best. That's, like, what I take as the best sign that I've made a good stage. And you're there. Yeah, so if I didn't explain it, which I definitely didn't, because I was just entirely rambling. I'm also not gonna be playing at my best because I'm trying to talk while doing this. Oh shit, I whiffed. You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Shoot him! Shoot him! Okay. But yeah, this is a world where you can go through, or a level where you can go through sections themed around all 4 worlds in any order you want. Each section has their own unique challenges. Themed around all of the unique environments. There's a lot of really interesting routing decisions you can make, which I think makes for a really structurally interesting, very fun level overall. Like right here, you can ride on the surfboard or you can skip over it. It takes a lot of the most fun, standout elements of all of the worlds and just lets you really go ham with mixing and matching them all together, doing some cool, crazy skips. Very, very fun world to work on and to play. Like right here, you can do this, and then you can scale through the entire tower backwards, which I think makes for a very structurally interesting stage. There's another bug there though, is that Samantha likes to spawn enemies even when she's dead, because I don't properly do a check after, like during her death animation, I don't turn off her ability to spawn enemies. So that's definitely something I need to do. But there you go. That is that's that stage. I think both of these are pretty fun, pretty interesting. This kind of game to play is one with cool tech. Tech is just like, refers to mechanics or techniques, not mechanics, techniques. So like, this is cool tech. You can do like cool switch shenanigans, like the fact that this can switch into this quickly, like that's tech. That's what tech means. Ball bastard obsession is becoming problematic. Well, I think if you're starting to, I think Void Collector has too strong of a hold on your brain. I think you need to exercise that from your head. One other thing to note about Unreal, by the way, is that it is very resource intensive. So I'd recommend having a good computer if you want to develop with it. That is one of the bigger drawbacks. I would say it's not the most intensive. Like I was able to develop with it pretty stably on a I would say mid-tier gaming PC. Wasn't crazy expensive. Like you could probably get something similar, like a 2060, which I had a couple years ago. So even by then, the 40 series was already rolling out. You don't need, like right now I've got a computer that's got a 4060, 4070 in it. You do not need anywhere near that kind of power, but it doesn't hurt. That's for sure. It's nice to have that extra processing power for Unreal. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best way to do that. It's pretty efficient way of running that section. See, this is the thing. I got distracted, and I've just ended up playing through the level again. I guess a little question for you guys. I don't even know if I'd want to do this, but I've thought about trying doing a gaming stream, and I've done those before. And I didn't really have a ton to say. I think maybe part of that is just because I didn't have a chat, and I've also gotten way more practice just talking after like a year of streaming, you know, to an actual audience especially. So not super worried about that. I've got more of that under my belt. But any interest from you guys to maybe watch one of those? And it's fine to say no. I don't even know if I want to do it again. I think the streams I do are more interesting when I've got the development going on. I think that gives me more to say. So, but something I've been thinking about. Maybe I'll try it if I don't have any other stuff I can show you guys gameplay wise, because most of the stuff I've got left to do is not very interesting. So I want to try a cool genre for the game jam. Never guess what genre? I wonder. Maybe a playing your game stream. That would be really fun, actually. I like that idea. Assume that means a no. Again, no blame is being cast if you're not interested in that. That's plenty of people are already doing that shtick. So I don't think it would be a regular thing by any means. If I did want to do it, it would probably be some sort of community event. Again, like a playing your guys' games stream. That sounds like a really fun idea. Maybe even hosting my own game jam and then I play everything live on stream. I think that'd be fun. But I think stuff like that, where it's still centered around game development, would probably be the best way to do it. If I had to guess, if I had to guess what the people would be interested in, if I was, and I'm a man of the people. Never let it be said. I'm not a man of the people. Okay, get distracted. Back to texturing the hub area. Getting off topic. Okay, gonna go ahead and add a little bit of extra detail to these sections. So whenever I'm doing boardwalks, I like to have these like support pillars. Just makes them feel a little bit more, I don't know, complete. Makes it feel like a real thing, you know? Cool. So we'll just add these guys in here and there. Game jam stream does sound fun. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I wonder what would be a good theme for that. What would be a good theme? Because it should have some kind of theme, and I don't want the theme to be something like too self-centered. Like I don't want to make the Void Collector game jam. You know, I'd want it to be more of a broad theme, basically just a normal game jam, but I'm hosting. But it should have a theme that is at least somewhat relevant, but offer freedom for what players can do with it. Man, I need to have like a thing of honey drops or something near my desk at all times. I'll accept those changes. Because I do enjoy streaming, but at a certain point my voice just starts to give out, and my throat gets all sore from non-stop rambling for hours and hours upon end. So I think having some sort of means to let me continue to talk for more than, you know, the little bit I can, the little bit before my fragile human body starts to give out. I think that'd be good. Yeah, so look at that. Already makes it feel just a lot more like an actual structure instead of just a bunch of floating bits and nothing. I think another one here, and then another one like here, there, yeah, there. Seth Newland Game Jam, some so obviously named, but it fits well. Failed to save. That's weird. What if we try again? That's weird. It's very weird. Okay. Huh. Odd. Yeah, I don't know if I want it to be that self-centered though, to call it the Seth Newland Game Jam. I think it should be a little more broad. Thing could be fingers. That is actually a good idea. That's a good idea though. You say that's stupid, but that is stupid in that's the right kind of stupid. You're in the correct avenue, you know? There's many lanes stupid can go down, and that's the correct one. That's the right path. I'd love to join a game jam, but I think Roblox Studio game jams are a rare occurrence. I mean, you could make the game in Roblox. I think that we would make this medium extremely loose. Like, you could use just about any platform you want, with some exception. But, like, if you wanted to make... If we held a game jam, you'd absolutely be allowed to make it in Roblox. Like, Roblox, Scratch, Unity, Unreal, fucking... I don't know. I was gonna say something stupid, but I can't think of... I don't know. Godot, Game Maker, anything. Like, anything. That'd be fine by me. Board game jam? That'd be a little harder to grade, I think, because I wouldn't be able to play them. Lots of chatting today. Yeah, it's a very talkative stream. It's nice. It's nice having, especially because today's stream isn't really that important gameplay wise. Because most of the stuff that I have to work on is a secret. You know, I don't want to show my hand too much yet on that. So I appreciate a nice chilled out, very chatty stream today. I'm enjoying it's good vibe. It's good atmosphere. Let me tell you, because I did on and off. I streamed back before I really had a goal with this channel. When I used to upload stuff, sometimes it was kind of just whatever. It was just kind of random videos. Back in the prehistoric ages, the ancient era. Let me tell you, streaming when you have people to chat with who are actually in the stream, a lot more fun. Much more fun. It's a whole different ball game when there's people to interact with instead of just trying to talk and entirely fill dead air all alone. But I also think it helps that the game itself gives me a lot to talk about. And I'm also lucky that the videos took off. Because that helps too. What the fuck was that? I don't know what that was. It was probably like a dog or something, because there's a nearby dog park. But it sounded like an alien noise. Like I heard a woo woo woo. And I don't know what the deal with that was. It weirded me out. Damn, still having issues saving assets. That's weird. I don't know why it's not saving all of a sudden. Okay, well, I'll probably need to close out of that. And honestly, I think that's a good a sign as any to go ahead and call it today. As I said, throat's getting pretty sore. I've been chatting for a while. My vocal cords are getting turned into dust. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys pretty soon on the next one. Yeah, the release is coming up pretty quick. Got a lot of final boss stuff to work on. Very exciting. Looking forward to that. What else? We got Steam Next Fest coming up, so that's also pretty cool. Hopefully we can get some extra hype going off of that. Yeah, but that'll do it for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you're doing well.